Hi, welcome to Larry Shaves. On our last video, we were shaving with the Gillette Heritage Safety Razor, which came out in 2019, and we had a good shave with that. Some have said the head is very similar to the Edwin Jagger. You can see how similar these heads are. In fact, a lot of people really believe that Edwin Jagger made the head for the Heritage Safety Razor from Gillette back in 2019. But we're unsure of that. Gillette hasn't said one way or the other. But we did say on our video that when they came out in 2019 with this razor, the wet shaving community thought that this was going to be the start of them making more razors, double-edged safety razors. Well, that didn't come to pass. But they did come out with the King C Gillette Razor, and that's what we're going to have for our shave today. You'll notice on the top it has the emblem KCG, King C Gillette, on the razor. However, on the Heritage Safety Razor, there's no indication of Gillette anywhere, no initials, no name, so we're not sure why, but this one does. And so we're going to be having a shave with that today, and we're going to be using the King C Gillette razor blades as well. We've already loaded the blade into the razor. Our shave soap today is going to come from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, CaD. That's a great soap, and you'll see, I've used that quite a bit. One of my favorites. So we'll be using that today. We also will be using the aftershave splash from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, the one that is called CaD as well, that goes with that. Our brush is going to be from the Razor Company. This is the Herald. Love this little brush. It has a nice soft brush, and we're using that for our shave today. So we're going to get started. Let's get started by taking some of the soap. We're going to take a scoop, which is also from the Razor Company. We're going to scoop out. Wow, I've reached the bottom of the, I have never done that before. I've never got to the bottom of any tub of soap. You know what that means? Time to order a replacement. So we're going to take about that much, and we're going to press it down in the bottom and get ready for our shave. So what we're going to do, we're going to whip up a lather, and then I will bring you back for our shave today. Stick around. We're coming up soon with the shave. We're back. That did not take long, did it? We have a great lather all whipped up, ready for the shave. Now, before we apply the lather, I want to use the Cube 2.0 today, and we're going to first of all wet the face. And what this does, this is also from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This prepares the hairs for the shave, softens them up, and adds another layer of protection on your face for the shave. You'll notice we said it's the Cube 2.0. Not really a square anymore. It's time to get some more. I do have another one brand new in the attic. In the attic. You go up there, you're not going to find much, but in the closet. And so it's about time to put out the new one into use and put the old one in the trash. But for today, it's still working up a pretty good little pre-shave. So that's our pre-shave. Rinse the hands off before we put on our soap today from PAA CaD. So we've whipped up the lather, and we're going to apply the first coat for pass number 1 using the King C Gillette Razor. Now, I have not used this razor. Let's see, I got it in, the Heritage came out in 2019, and I got it probably in that time frame, maybe 2020. and I haven't used it much since then. So we're not sure what's going to happen. And I don't think I've ever shaved with the King C Gillette Razor blade. So this is going to be a new adventure. Well, I'm not going to be able to wear this shirt anywhere today. I've got slop soap all over it. All right, so we're all lathered up. Fingers are fairly dry, and we'll wet the razor now. Has some knurling here at the top, but not at the bottom. And already it's slippery, so I'll dry my hands off one more time. All right, let's get started with pass number 1. That feels pretty good. That's seemingly a lot milder than the Heritage Safety Razor. This may have to go back in the rotation of my razors. You know, like I said, when you get new ones, the old ones you kind of lay aside and forget to bring them back out in the rotation. So this one's doing real well. I'm impressed with this. I have a member of our family that's just getting to the point where they need to start shaving. And I've talked to the person. They shave maybe once a week, you know, a teenager, just not shaving a whole lot. And he's been using cartridge razors. And I'm trying to talk him into going the route of wet shaving. This would be a good one to buy for him. It's about, I don't know exactly, but I think the cost of this one is like $30, something like that. It's not real expensive, but it does the job. Again, the hairs on my chinny chin chin. Hard to cut right here. But this is doing a good job. I'm really impressed with this. Now again, this razor has overhang on the edges of the head, so you want to keep that in mind when you're shaving and when you're tightening up the head. Because you sure don't want to cut yourself. And it would be easy to do that if you're not careful. All right, gonna freshen up the lather under the nose and on the chin. See what that does. That's the part that you can get cut with if you're not paying attention. You want to stay away from your nose with that part of the razor. Best to go up this way as opposed to this way. Okay. I am really impressed with how this is shaving. For a $30 or so razor, this is doing real well. Now, I do know that the razor blades, the King C Gillette razor blades, are more expensive than some of the blades that most of us buy. I don't know why that is. It could be that people are sold on the Gillette name. By the way, Gillette came out in 2001. That's when they started. And they've been making double-edged safety razors till about 1988, 87, 88. Then they started making cartridge razors and quit making double-edged safety razors until 2019 when they came out with the Gillette Heritage. And I'm not sure to this day why they did that. Maybe they were testing the waters for the King C Gillette Razor that did come out. But when it came out, they didn't stress that it was a razor. They stressed in their advertising that it was good for trimming goatees, beards, and sideburns. And it didn't really. Now they are adding to their list of things it will do. It will shave also. Well, we knew that, but anyway. So this is pass number 2. East to west. And again, I puff out my cheeks. So it gives a better connection with the blade in the shave. And with my neck, I don't go east to west. That invites irritation for me. So I go south to north on the neck. I do go north to south one last time while it's still wet in the middle. This is doing real good for a $30 razor. Now, I do say if you switch from cartridge razors to double-edged safety razors, the razor blades are much cheaper. You'll save money. However, you go down the rabbit hole easy by buying more and more razors because they come out with new razors. Oh, I've got to have one of those. But you can, if you have, if you watch it, you can do away with buying every razor they come out with. Just buy 1 or 2 a year. And then instead of east to west on the chin, I go kind of at an angle. And then I go up near the end. Wet it a little more. I've said before, the troubled areas I have is the chin, primarily. Now that's the end of our second pass. I'm going to do a third pass on the cheeks. But in the comments below, do you have an area of your face that's troublesome for you um, in shaving? Let me know down below. Is it under the nose? Is it the chin like me? The neck? Most of us have problems somewhere in our shave. Let me know in the comments below what yours is. I'd be interested. Or am I the only guy that has trouble with the chin? All right. That looks like our shave. I'm going to rinse off the soap for just a moment. We're going to run a little cold water and wet that down just a little bit. And then what I do in my shaves, much of the time, from Shave Nation, I use the alum block. And with wet hands, it's hard to take the cover off. If you know, on our last shave, I tried to open it up with wet hands and dropped the thing on the floor and broke it. And but I got it off today, and I got a brand new one. So I'm going to wet it along with the face is still wet. I use the alum block to see if I got any irritation. It shows me if I got too close with the shave anywhere. With this, there's no irritation, no stinging, no zinging, or any area that shows that I've got a problem. So that was a good shave. So I'm going to rinse that off and dry off the alum block. Now what I'm going to do is leave that on for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to rinse it off, and I'm going to apply then the aftershave. So I'm going to take a little break to allow this to stay on the face for 30 seconds. I'm going to rinse it off, and then I'll be right back for our aftershave. Stick around for just a moment. Well, I let the alum block stay on the face for 30, 45 seconds or so. I rinsed that off. I dried my face, and then I sprayed on PAA'S facial toner. This is witch hazel that's unscented, and I sprayed that on, and that helps soothe the skin. It helps feel much better, and so I put that on, and I let it dry. And so now, as I said, we're going to apply our aftershave, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements CAD. And this, I have the spray top, and sometimes, you get it where you have to put it in your hand. But this you just spray on like that. And that's all there is to it. So today we've used CAD from PAA, Phoenix Shaving, both the aftershave and the shave soap as well. We have really enjoyed that. Our razor today has been the King C Gillette with King C Gillette razor blades. And I've enjoyed the shave. I trust you have as well. I want to thank you for joining me today for the shave. We'll be back soon for another shave. And in the meantime, would you please subscribe to the channel? That helps the channel. And it also gives us an opportunity to notify you the next time we upload another shave video, which should be very soon. I'd appreciate you doing that. Thank you for joining me today. And until we get together again, happy shaving.